days are right.
Good morning, and I come to you this morning from Angsana, Phuket, and what a view I've got in front of me. Just spectacular this morning. Not a bad sight to wake up on a Sunday, and this Sunday being day 14, so 2 weeks is up. And I tell you, things are back on track now. Things are back on track. After that little hiccup on day 10, I don't know, I guess it was a bit of a shock to the system. It was a bit of a reality check. And you know, the motivator is pretty much driving yourself and constantly, when you see the results on the scale, and this morning I'll just go straight to the scale reading, 173.7. When you see the scales coming down, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, and you just keep on, you're just motivated to keep on going. Speaking about motivation, I'm going to thank everyone that's been really supportive lately. My wife has really helped me out in the last, when I, on day 10 when it all went wrong, really. My family got tons of comments on Facebook, because I have pretty much launched this on Facebook now. I was a bit embarrassed to bring this out in the open about what I'm doing, and I said to myself, when I get to 12-12, I'm going to do it either way, and that's why it was out on day 12. So yeah, motivation's really been there, and there have been some really nice wins lately. And when I tell you nice wins, when you fit into a pair of jeans that you couldn't fit into for a while, it's a good feeling. When the jeans you're wearing now feel too big, and you're kind of frustrated that your clothes are too big, that frustration is a good feeling, because all of a sudden now, you can see the results. One of my biggest wins, and I'm really rapt about this, and it was flying over here. In the last recent months, every time I flew, or last recent months, probably in the last year or so, every time I flew, I'd always had to ask for a seatbelt extension, because the belt would kind of stop. And for the first time in a very long time, yesterday I could put the seatbelt on without even having to ask for the seatbelt extension. Actually, I did ask for it, because it's just out of habit. I always ask for the seatbelt extension. And as soon as I got on the plane, I asked for it, I sat down and I put it on. Don't get me wrong, it was tight, and I still did end up using the seatbelt extension. But it goes around, before it wouldn't even get close. So it's a great feeling when you kind of have those kind of things. I fit into a pair of jeans that I haven't worn in a very long time, and coming to Phuket, and I've got, like I said, I've got the training here for a week. When you're trying to look for clothes, there's a cupboard that all my clothes that I kept in that I don't really fit into, and my wife's always kind of kept them aside, and I keep all my clothes I wear day to day in a different cupboard. But I thought, what, let me just see if I can fit into this, and I put them on, and I was fitting into all the clothes, and wow, I'll tell you what, it was a great feeling. So yeah, so far so good. Regime's been normal. I've kept to the gym, kept to the workouts. I go to the gym here. I got in last night around 8 o'clock, so I was in the gym by 9 o'clock yesterday. It's not a bad gym, pretty much the same as what I'm using now. Only problem is trying to get the juice here. I've had a few hiccups already trying to get some juice. Yesterday was quite a hard day in the fact that I had the juice before I left for the airport from home, and then the next couple of hours were a bit of a mess, because on the flight, I rejected the food. When they kind of gave me a meal, I said no, it's okay. I asked for some water, and I got the smallest cup of water going around. So, and then and the connection from Thailand, from Bangkok to Phuket, was an hour, which was quite tight. But then when we got there, it just kept on getting delayed by 15 minutes, by 15 minutes, by 15 minutes, and so I couldn't get any more water, and I was starting to get a bit hungry at that point. But then on the plane, got another I got 2 small cups of water then. But then when I arrived, a bottle of water in the car, bottle of water on arrival. So those things were okay, but now trying to get the juice has been a bit hard. Last night I had to resort to mango juice, and and I've been very strict about not adding too much fruit juice. I haven't had next to no straight fruit juice while I've been on this last 2 weeks. If I do add fruit, it's usually mixed in. It's you know, I stick to the what they've kind of recommended on the videos, which, on the documentary, which was 80-20, so 80% vegetable and 20% fruit. And I've kind of, you know, I've kind of kept the same regime if I could. But yesterday, I had to go to mango juice. So I'm having a bit of trouble trying to get the juice here. Coconut water doesn't, you know, I mean, I arrived late last night, so I haven't really been able to explore too much. I'm going to try and explore a bit more today. And find out what I can do, because, you know, 173.7, that's nearly 10 kilos now for me. And, you know, thinking about losing 10 kilos a while ago would have been, you know, it would have been miles away from any thought. So, you know, I've kind of said to myself, I need to keep this going. I mean, you know, it's Thailand, you know, green curries and, you know, the satays, they're all there. It's very tempting. But, you know, I kind of think if I can get through another week, that's nearly another 5 kilos I could probably drop, and then I'll be well into the 160s, and then I'm, you know, really on my way, because if I can stick to it, I can foresee in the next month I'll be well into the 150s, and that target weight of 150, the original target weight of 150, doesn't look like it's too far away. Protein is something I'm thinking about now that maybe I do need to get into, but when I think about it, it's going to be I'm probably going to stick to, you know, a piece of steamed fish, and that's about it. I'm not going to go into any of the heavy grilled marinated things. You know, my thinking right now is, what do I do after this diet? Because chucking it back all on is probably the last thing I want to do, and you know, it worries me what kind of diet would I have to maintain it. So, because, you know, even a couple of, you know, a bit of food the other, you know, on day 10 kind of really threw it out. So, yeah, that's probably where I'm focused mainly on now. But anyway, that was day 12 down, up to, well, day 12. Now we're up to day 14. We're in beautiful Phuket, and here's let me just give you a quick view of what I'm looking at right now. So, well, this is the Angsana Phuket. It's a beautiful place. The rooms are quite comfortable. I'm in one of their normal Angsana rooms, they call it, but the rooms are very comfortable. The views are just spectacular, really. So, yeah, and the beach is just kind of over there, if you can kind of see it. So, yeah, it's all very, very nice. So, anyway, I'll check back in a few more days. I'll keep you updated on how I'm going. And until then, keep busy.